This is why planning ahead is so key, especially if you're someone that is trying to get control of something like your weight, or you're trying to stop over drinking, whatever it is, or even if you're trying to stop procrastinating. So I was in Lidl the other day, and on Fridays we normally have pizza. On Friday night it's pizza night, but I decided actually next few weeks I'm not going to have pizza. So I decided that ahead of time. Now, so that was my what. That was my decision. So the what is no pizza, but that's not enough. What I need also is my why. Why? Because actually, I'm thinking eating too much of it and I want to stay healthy. Okay? This, oh hello, can't spell healthy. This why has to be really strong. Okay, which it is. I go, that's really compelling for me. I want to be fit, I want to be strong, I want to carry on progressing with my fitness, muscle ups, all that sort of stuff. And actually, this is going to help me. And then we get to the moment when we're in the supermarket. So we've decided we're not going to have it, but then my wife says, are you having pizza Friday night? And suddenly, right, I start thinking about that pizza. I've made the decision not to have it, and then so I'm thinking about it, and I get this massive urge, this desire. You feel that in your body. It's like, oh. Now the important thing to realize is when this happens, okay, what your brain is doing is your brain is in survival mode. It thinks it needs this pizza to actually survive. So if you think when we're out foraging looking for food and we come across food, our brain will predict what it's going to be like, create the urge, the desire, and then that urge makes us move towards the thing. Because once we then have the thing, the discomfort then goes, and then that's the cycle that happens. But this pizza, my brain has got it wrong and thinks it needs this pizza. Now, when you have this urge, it switches the rational part of the brain off. The thinking part of the brain, the bit that's thinking in the future, going, no, I don't really want this, or eating too much crap, I don't want to eat that. So this is why planning ahead is key, because what you do is you make the plan to start with, your what, your why, then you stick to the plan. So in that moment, you go, no, I've stuck to it, but you don't use willpower. What you do is you feel the urge. So you actually allow it and experience it and let it in and move around. And you do that because if you just try and start making decisions in that moment, if you then go, oh, actually, I'm going to redecide, it's not you that's making that decision. It's not your future self that's making that decision. It's this primal urge. So we do, and that is where the exhaustion comes, because we get caught up in it. It's the same with our work. If you plan ahead with the work, you go, yes, that's going to benefit me. In the moment, your brain won't want to do it, but you go, there's no point getting caught up in that argument, because it's literally like this part of the brain, this rational part is like the adult, and this is the toddler. And we don't want to get caught up. We just want to go, I hear you, I notice you, but we're not having it. So we want to make the plan, stick to the plan, feel that urge, feel that discomfort, experience it. But the other thing is then after, which a lot of people miss, is measure the benefits. Because this is the bit where you get the control. And for me, it's then about going. It's not like deprivation going, I can't have it, because what a lot of people do is they deprive themselves. I know I can have this pizza, but what I do is I plan it in. So if I want it for the following week, I'll go, yeah, that's fine, I can have it. And this makes the urge easier. Because when you're in that supermarket, you're going, oh, you're feeling the urge for it. By telling yourself you can't have it, actually makes that urge stronger, because your brain is going, no, we need this for survival, and now you're telling me we can't have it, so I'm going to create even more discomfort, and then you're going to want to move towards it and get it. So then this becomes a solution for your urge. But when you go, I hear you, yeah, you want it, that's all right, but we're going to have it next week. Then what you're doing is you're not making the decision from this urge, this desire, you're making the decision from this rational part of the brain, and it stops you eating loads in the moment and overindulging and doing that thing where you promise you're not going to have it, because we all do this, don't we? Where you promise you're not going to have it,